This is a Mortarbox Media podcast. For more podcasts and to learn how we can help you create your own, visit mortarboxmedia.com.
Welcome to Women AF Podcast, a podcast hosted by three friends who are starting 2020 off with the bang, question mark. Today,
2021?
Yeah, because this comes out in 2021.
You said 2020.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, in my head it was 2021.
Okay.
2021. Today it is just Nicole and I. Say hi, Nicole.
Hi.
And this is Danny. So we're gonna attempt our first episode with just two of the three of us.
I know, it's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
But we're pretending this is normal.
But it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We'll make it work. It'll be fine.
I mean, it's inevitable, right? At some point, we're gonna get sick or have plans or things come up.
I mean, I'm shocked that we lasted a year and this has not happened.
Right. This is the first time it's ever happened. That it almost happened one time where I wasn't able to join for technical difficulties.
Right.
I kind of came in 15 minutes into recording after finally getting my computer to work again.
That's right. I remember that. That was stressful.
I had to put on my game face because I was so angry at my computer. I just wanted to throw it across the room.
Oh, that's fun.
You know, is I feel like not an unusual occurrence of just getting frustrated with technology.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I will say, this may be the first time that you guys are doing it by yourselves, just two of the three. It is not the first time that your producer has suggested that, because I have suggested that several times. If
that is true.
In for a 2-week vacation tomorrow, we would be like, okay, let's record a different day so all of us can be here.
But that's true, because I mean, we've had this as a contingency plan for a long time.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we have ever enacted Plan B.
It's one of the benefits of having three hosts of the show is if one person just absolutely can't do it, then you guys are still here. So yeah, I'm looking forward.
Right. Less awkward than just sitting here talking to myself or just Adam and me shooting the shit for an hour. I mean, not to say that wouldn't be entertaining. I mean, really, we have such a contingency that we could have two people out and still make something work.
That's true. That's true.
But we'll say that that's Plan C.
Yeah.
If it really gets rough.
Yeah.
So how is your week going?
Oh, it's good. It's not good. Actually, I am stressed to high heavens. And now I don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this. I'm always very self-conscious when I tell this story, but I haven't been to the dentist in a long time. I had a horrific experience with it, and so I have stopped going. I know I have cavities, so I did it today, and I called them, and I have my first cleaning that's going to take 2 fucking hours in a couple days. So
that's exciting. You can start the flossing routine now if you don't already have one.
I will. I'm going to start flossing. I'm going to start drinking everything with a straw. Not eating. Well, I'll eat, but maybe just won't for a while. I'm very nervous.
You know, I have a friend that had dental anxiety, I guess is what it's called. And Pranali, who we actually had on this podcast.
Yeah, I remember her.
She told me that when you would go to the dentist, where she was from in India, they would give you a relaxing sedative if you wanted one.
That's nice.
Yeah, she said it was just part of an add-on option you could get to your cleaning.
I want that. I think that's let's make that a standard. That would be
yes. You could just get wasted before you go.
Yes.
Just don't vomit on them while they're in your mouth, because that would be bad.
Yeah, that'd be bad. But I've never had a cavity, and I'm 30 years old, and so now I can say that I've never had a cavity since being 30. But I know I had a cavity, I just didn't get it fixed. Before then. So, ha 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 ha.
So I really don't feel like, if you have a good dentist, I feel like it's not that bad. Cavities aren't that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's numb. It's numb. They numb it.
It's just the numbing part. Like, I could go to the doctor any day of the week, get all my blood drawn, get like shots, whatever. I don't even care. Like, that doesn't faze me. But for some reason, the idea that they're gonna put a needle somewhere in your mouth that's not bone, and then you're gonna come out fine. Like, I don't get that in my head.
What I feel like my dentist did the last time, and I apologize if I'm lying and just totally making this up, but I'm pretty sure this happened, is like he put like a numbing thing on my gum first and then gave me the shot.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It just felt like pressure. And then I tried not to think about it, and it was fine. It was very quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it wasn't bad. Although you do kind of drool out the side of your mouth for like 4 hours after the fact. And also, when they recommend don't eat until your mouth is not numb anymore, part of it is because it's gross for people who are looking at you and you're just like chomping with like a half of the face. But the other thing is, you might bite your cheek and you won't know it.
Oh.
So don't do that because it hurts. I've done it.
Okay.
It hurts. So, when they say don't eat,
just
don't
wait.
Eat. Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's my dental advice.
I like it. That's amazing. All right.
Thanks.
I feel a little better. What about you? How's your week going?
We are halfway through our 3 weeks of no sitter.
That's right. How is that?
Oh, and I lied. It's a week. We're only a weekend. We still have 2 more weeks to go.
Oh, no.
Well, so I took all of last week off because like I had a bunch of days I never used because we didn't go anywhere for 2020. So I took like a whole week. And so today was my first day working with them here, and my mom was here to try to watch them. Ooh. But as you know, even if you have help, it's not, it's tough to be productive. And especially my first day back after a week off. Thankfully, it's like slow, like we're in a slow time right now. So it's not like I only came back to say 300 emails, whereas maybe on a normal week off, it maybe would have been double that or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
So, and thankfully, nothing's urgent because nobody cares right now.
Yeah.
Because most other people are off. So, like, it was at least a calm. I was able to get up and sit down a lot, right? So I could like check a bunch of emails, and then somebody would scream, and I'd go help out. Or the I don't know what it is, but my dog just loves to chew on my mom.
Oh no!
So, I don't know what it is. Uh-oh. Like if she smell like, I don't know, like she wears a certain lotion or something. But like my dog just like if her hand's hanging down, she'll bite it, or like she'll try to bite her legs, or like I don't know. My dog's kind of obsessed with my mom. So like I feel like half of what I did today was try to just like calm the dog down.
How old is your dog now?
5 months. So.
Okay. All right. Did she lose? Is she right?
Yep.
Did she lose her puppy teeth?
She's almost done teething. She lost like the really sharp, painful, annoying ones. So that's helpful. So that's a little better. And we got her spayed. So as of today, she's no longer on a exercise restriction because she got spayed. So it was 2 weeks before we were allowed to like take her out. So that wasn't helping either because like she was just so much energy and like nowhere to go. And so today, okay, I'm going to tell you a funny story. So I got all this running gear for Christmas, which I am very excited about. And one of them was a running dog leash. And then they're called yak tracks, which they're like basically cleats that go on your running shoes that are for running in the snow and ice. Because not a lot of our roads here don't get paved super well. So it's like half of them will be super icy or snowy. And then half of the paths will be fine or whatever. So So it's, the running leash, the dog leash straps around your waist. And it's like got a short bungee. So like if she doesn't like knock you over or whatever. Anyway.
That's good.
So she's not fully loose leash trained. So if you don't know, because I didn't like 2 months ago, loose leash training just means that they don't pull when you take them out. They like kind of walk next to you or run next to you or whatever. And that's super important to have when you're going to take a dog running with you, because otherwise they run across your feet or they like try to run into a passing biker or whatever. Anyway, well, today she had all this energy and I'm like, I want to test out all this running stuff. So I'm going to go for a run today before the winter storm hits or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll take her with me because my mom was struggling with the dog trying to bite her. So I was like, okay. Anyway, so I put on the yak tracks, the cleats for the shoes. I get into all the winter gear because it was like, I don't know, maybe 20 degrees today with it kind of windy. It was pretty chilly. And I get her all ready. She's even got the little dog booties. We're ready to go. I'm like, this is going to be great. So anyway.
I'm nervous. Is it going to be a bike situation again?
No, it's not that bad. So we head out and like because again, this is her first time in 2 weeks that she's got to really go outside. So she's really excited.
Yeah.
But she's just like all over the place. And like, so I'm like, okay, it'll be better when we're on the path and I actually start running, because she's usually pretty okay with running. But this is the first time I tried it with the attached leash. Anyway, so we start running and there was way more people on the path than I anticipated considering how cold it was. Yeah. Anyway, so after almost tripping on her like 3 times, having her almost pull me over because like the side of our path like kind of cuts off and like then there's a frozen lake. So she almost pulled me off the path into that a couple times. And then I almost stepped on her paw with these yak tracks, which have like kind of sharp little spikes. So then I'm like, I had to take those off. But then she was like, and then at one point, like her booty came off and there's like those little rubber balloon booty things. So, but she hates putting them on. So I'm like laying on top of her on the path. All these people are going by and I'm trying to get this little booty back on her foot. Anyway, the whole time I was listening to Zen and the Art of Living Simple on my audiobook, and it was not helping me calm down. Because I was just like, I'm never taking her for a run again. Or at least until she's trained. Anyway, it didn't go well.
Oh my gosh.
But then she came back and took a nap. So I guess that part was successful.
Well, there you go. She was tired.
She was
her out.
Yes. And then I was tired. But then I had to come back and then my blood sugar was low. So I'm like trying to eat all this food while, people are needing me. And I'm like, I can't help you. So anyway, it was a good time. So that was my day.
Good times.
Good times.
It's fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Well, speaking of entertaining stories.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call that an entertaining story and I'm going to go with it. Our topic today, which was actually a request from a listener, is going to be what we do for entertainment, what we're listening, what we're watching, what we're doing activity-wise while we're stuck at home. So I have some super exciting news, and I know the glasses wearers out there will totally get excited with me. I just bought 3 pairs of glasses with premium lenses for $120. So a pair of glasses for me that I am currently wearing, one for my husband and one for my daughter, all for the less than the cost of a single pair of glasses typically cost me from the eye doctor. And when I say premium lenses, I'm talking high index astigmatism correction, blue blocking, and anti-reflective coating. I mean, with these prices, I think I'm actually going to get myself a pair of prescription sunglasses, which in the 30 years I've worn glasses is something I have actually never splurged on before. Trying them on virtually was super easy. You take a little video of yourself and it looks just like you're wearing the actual glasses. Plus, they had so many cute options to choose from. I actually made a PowerPoint presentation to make Carrie and Nicole vote on which glasses were the cutest for me. So if it's time for new glasses frames start at just $6.95. Head over to womenafpodcast.com, click on sponsors, and click on Zenny to start shopping now. We've all found ourselves inside a lot more this past year, I think, than normal. Or at least, even if we weren't inside, we were within, a contained location, right? Like our yard or whatever. We're not doing things. We're not there's not activities that we can go typically do,
Right.
Even things like birthday parties, right? Those are very different this past year. Everyone kind of had to get creative. I know that. So we're going to talk about all the things. We're going to talk about books. We're going to talk about what we're watching. But before we even start getting into that stuff, I wanted to ask you, are you concerned about screen time?
I go back and forth with this because before I was a parent, I was one of those parents that was like, I'm never going to let my kid do more than 30 minutes on a screen. And now I understand life and being quarantined and how we were. And especially this last couple weeks when we were really quarantined because we got exposed. I didn't care. I just knew we had to survive. And I knew that as long as it's not something, what I do get nervous about is if they're watching something that manipulates them. So I know that my kids definitely take cues from shows. Like, for instance, if it's a scary monster, then they suddenly get scared of monsters. If there's a plot line where the kid gets kidnapped, then they're playing these games where these kids get kidnapped. Or if the kid's bratty, then they're bratty. So I am trying to do my best at censoring and watching it with them so that I know what it is. But as for time limit, I don't know. I have no idea. What about you? What do you do?
It's funny. So we had a regular checkup, and they asked me, how long do you think that they watch TV or have screen time every single day? And I'm like, ooh. I honestly am not sure. I don't even think I can fully answer that question, because also like sometimes the TV's on, there's a movie playing, but they're not really paying attention to it. So I'm always like, does that count as screen time? Because they're not sitting there watching it per se. It's kind of just background noise.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they sit through a movie at this point.
Yeah.
Do your kids sit through a movie or?
My youngest can sit through, it's not a movie, but we have nursery rhymes that we watch. She can sit through a full hour and a half of just nursery rhymes. Oh, but that's the songs switch after 2 minutes, so it's always something different.
Okay.
But my oldest, Mally, she can sit, but there's always that little maybe 15-20 minutes in the movie that's a little slower that actually is a storyline.
Yes.
That gets dramatic.
Yeah.
She always starts to get wiggly and fussy, and then when the end comes, she comes right back to it. So she takes a break, but she's actually pretty good about watching the first hour and a half.
So we tried to sit down 2 nights ago and watch the movie Soul, the new one that came out.
Yeah. Was
Which, by the way, I really like it. Oh. But I just want to describe movie watching experience in our house. Okay.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So we sit down and we all have popcorns, and we have actual popcorn tubs. So we have the bigger one for mommy and daddy, and then Nova and Phoenix have a little popcorn tub.
Yeah.
So we all sit down. We all have our popcorn tubs. We turn the movie on.
Did you preface it by saying here's what we're gonna watch and pictures?
No, we didn't do that, but it was they were both super excited about watching a movie and having popcorn or whatever.
All right.
So we sit down, and it's for 5 seconds, it's a beautiful picture of a family sitting down with their popcorn to watch a movie, right? 5 seconds. And then it's like, then River's trying to get up on the couch and eat the popcorn that Phoenix inevitably spills while he decides he doesn't want his little popcorn and instead he wants my popcorn bucket. So then now he has 2 popcorn buckets and then 1 popcorn's all over the floor. And then Nova decides she's not comfortable, but she wants a blanket. So she stands up with her popcorn bucket that's now spilling everywhere and she decides to get the blanket from behind us and she pulls it over. But then Phoenix wants the blanket and that's like maybe the first 5 minutes. And then it's like 10 minutes later they're like, I don't want to sit down anymore, I want to play with blocks. So then they get up and they're playing with blocks and then they're asking us what's going on in the movie. And then anytime anything interesting happens, they're like, well, why are they doing that? Why are they touching that? Why are they asking about that? What's going on over there? And where it's like, well, if you would have just paid attention, you would know what's going on. Anyway, so about 20 minutes to the end of the movie, which is already taking us about 3 hours to watch it because we keep having to start and stop it. It's time for Phoenix to go to bed. So we put Phoenix to bed and then we're like, you know what? Nova, you're going to bed too. And then we just finished watching the last 20 minutes by ourselves.
Yes. That sounds familiar.
Or we watch the same movies over and over and over again. I mean, if the kids are involved. If it's us, like we're watching it after they're in bed or something, you know, we have like a whole list of ones we want to watch. But, you know, right now, Snoopy or the Peanuts movie is like the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that and Dora the Explorer.
Oh.
Yep.
That's good at least. Like at least it's...
Yeah.
Educational. Right now, my kids love nursery rhymes and Bluey and Tots. Do you know Bluey at all?
I know Tots.
You know Tots? Oh my gosh,
I do
they're
know Tots.
obsessed. They sing it. They just love it. But the Bluey is on Disney, and I don't know how I feel about Bluey yet. Like I love it in context, but the way the parents go about. Like the parents set up this amazing play area. Like I don't know. Like they play a game of hospital and the dad's like, can I just sit down and like, is there a game we can play where I can lay down? And Bluey goes, yeah, well, let's play hospital. And then the kids proceed to like pretend to pull a cat out of them and like all this stuff and like kind of hitting him a bunch and pretending he's a doctor.
Is it a cartoon?
It's a cartoon about like dogs that talk. It's super cute, but the level of investment that these dog parents do makes me feel like shit as a mom. Because like they play with them, they interact, they make these like amazing, like there's one storyline
that's funny.
Fairies are getting everything, but you know that the parents are running around doing it. It's
I mean, whenever you get jealous of cartoon parents, like in their parenting, just think of like most Disney movie parents that are terrible, like Ariel's dad,
right?
Or Rapunzel's, you know, quote unquote adopted mother / kidnapped mother, or so you're definitely doing better than them.
Yes, this is true.
You know,
yeah.
And also they're just drawn that way. To quote Roger Rabbit, well, Jessica Rabbit, but they're drawn good.
Yeah, there's
like
made
good,
up
perfect
by other
parents.
Right.
They're made up by people who either don't know what parenting is like or want to be the perfect parent. So then they just draw these people.
Yeah, I think that's the latter of like they want to be that kind of parent, but then in reality they're just annoyed and want their own time with some wine.
Right.
I know.
So what grown-up shows are you watching?
Well, it's funny you talk about like having a list of things you want to watch because I feel like we also have a list, but for some reason we always just go back to our comfort shows. So like my comfort shows are The Office. I love The Office. And I also love Pride and Prejudice.
Okay, like the movie?
Yeah, but the one with Keira Knightley.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it's so beautiful. And
I've never actually seen the movie. I mean, I've read the book a bunch of times, but never seen the movie. I don't know why. Well, probably because nobody wants me to watch it. I'd have to watch it by myself.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd have to be alone to watch it. That's like really the preface is like I would have to
You have to find time.
right, of when nobody's with me and I can watch it. I did make Daniel listen to the audiobook with me on a long car ride
Really?
once because I was like, I'm driving and you're gonna fall asleep anyway. And so he was, I mean, he fell asleep, but
he let you do that. That's good.
yeah, he
That's
technically listened in his subconscious.
good. Yeah, so he knows all about Mr. Darcy and all that.
Yeah, of course, totally.
But what we just recently watched on Netflix, there's this show called Dash and Lily.
I don't know that one.
one.
Is this a grown-up show?
Well, okay.
Because that sounds like a
Probably
kid show.
not. It's not like a
Okay.
kid show, but it's one of those like tweener shows where
Tweener.
they're like 17.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of those where it's not adult, but it's not a kid. YA kind of stuff. Anyway,
yeah.
yeah, but it's super cute. And the commercial, it's like a Christmassy. And the idea is this girl writes a dare in this book, like this notebook. And then she puts it in her favorite bookstore. And then this guy finds it and like has to do this dare. And then they communicate through this notebook. And it's super
That's
cute.
fun.
I know. And now I really want to do it, not to like find a boyfriend, but I just want to do it to find a friend. Like, so I think that's so cool, like finding them and doing I don't know, it's just cute. You should watch that one. It's fun.
Okay, I'll watch that one.
Yeah.
We're very like supernatural / action. Like we are, I guess I should say, we are either supernatural / action / like the Umbrella Academy would be one that was like totally our jam, or the Supernatural, the TV show, or something like that, or we go comedy. Like I'm, on board with The Office. We just finished Schitt's Creek.
I love that show.
And I love it so much. Yes, we want to dress up as them for Halloween or Comic-Con or just because.
Who would you be?
Well, Moira, obviously. I mean, we would each pick, like, we would, you know what I mean? So we would be the parents, and then they would be the kids, so.
Oh, that would be really cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, David is my favorite.
I know. I do love David.
Because he's just the best.
Yeah.
And then we watched the making of, like, the documentary of it. And, like,
where's that?
It's on Netflix too. It's like they interview, and oh my goodness, I cried on the making of it. Yes.
Did you know that there's what's his name? David Levy. David Levy?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the dad, right? Or that's the son?
No, that's the son.
That's
Eugene
the son.
Levy's the dad.
And then the
and
sister.
then is Twyla.
Yeah. I didn't know she was a sister until later on. That was.
Oh yeah, we looked it up right away. Like we were like, we need to know everything about everybody. And oh my goodness, I'm blanking on her name. The daughter? What's her name?
Alexis, yes.
She was about to give up acting when she got her role.
Oh, that
Isn't
was
that
Jim
fun?
from The Office. He was about to give up. Yeah.
Well, have you seen him as Jack Ryan on
Yes.
Prime?
Oh, I love that.
I mean, I love everything about him anyway, and Emily Blunt, and they are our celebrity best friends that they just don't know we exist.
Oh, I like that. Mine is Kristen.
Yes,
Bell.
and Dax Shepard. Yes. Those are our other best friends.
Yes, I love her.
Yes.
I love Dax. He's so cute.
Did you watch The Good Place?
I'm not finished with it.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I love it so much.
I do too. I love, did you watch Parenthood?
No.
With Dax? Oh.
No.
That one's a really good one.
Is that the funny one, or is that one that, like, what's the We Will Make You Cry show?
Oh, This Is Us?
Yeah.
That one?
Like, those, I don't like those types of shows. I'm like, whatever about them. I don't want to
This-
cry on a TV show.
I don't either.
Unless it's, like, mostly funny, but there's, like, a heartfelt moment. Like, that's okay. I will cry in those moments.
Yeah, I agree.
But, like, I don't want to cry the whole show.
100%.
And we always cry on the season finale of whatever show we are
Just
watching,
no matter what.
even if it's not sad. because it's the end of this show. Even though you watch it again.
Yeah.
So.
It's true. Do you ever feel, I may get too invested, but especially books, but like when a book is done, I feel so a part of the book that literally my emotions kind of change a little bit. Like I know if it's a book that is a good book because I'm super happy with everybody, or if a book is a bad book because I'm like pissed off at the world, like ugh.
Yes, I go through all the emotions of the book. And it's called, what you're talking about is called a book hangover. It actually has a name.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
But I fully go through one when I finish a good book. I just like, I like literally will put the book down and then I'll just like sit there for a minute like, I don't know what to do with my life anymore.
Yeah. Or when it's
over.
When it's a cliffhanger book and then the next book isn't out yet.
Yes. Thanks, Patrick Rothfuss. We've only been waiting like a decade.
For what book? What is that?
The third installment of the King Killer Chronicles.
Oh, I don't know that one.
So it's The Name of the Wind and A Wise Man's Fear.
Oh,
is that right? I think I did. That's not A Wise Man's Fear. I don't know. I'm gonna quick look it up because I need to know. But this is honestly, so he's a teacher at the UW Whitewater, I think.
No way.
Yeah, and so The Name of the Wind and A Wise Man's Fear. Oh, I was right. Cool.
Good job.
Thanks. It's been a long time since I've read them, and there's a, I forgot the name of it, but there's like a mini, those mini novels that they put like in the middle of a trilogy where it's just like about one of the off characters or whatever.
Yeah.
That one came out in like 2012. So we've been waiting a long time for the third installment of this trilogy, but it is honestly one of the best fantasy trilogies or books that I've ever read in my entire life.
Ooh. Okay.
They're so good. But I mean, it's been so long, I'm now going to have to reread them by the time the third one comes out, whenever that is.
Yeah.
But it's cool that he's from Wisconsin. I liked that.
That's really cool. I really like that.
And
he still teaches there?
I think so.
Okay.
There is conspiracy theories about when the third book will come out. Like, there's like, you know how it is on Reddit and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even Goodreads, just like...
I love Goodreads.
I love Goodreads, too. Did you do the Goodreads challenge?
Yes. And I crushed it.
Crushed it. How many books did you read? What was your challenge?
My challenge was 25.
Okay.
Which is... Okay. 1 year, I attempted 100. I didn't get 100. I got 75.
That's good.
But I was literally reading at midnight trying to get in my last book to get 75. But this year I did 29.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's how I did 50. So I do 50 every year. I didn't get it this last year, because I had like a not 2020, but 2019. We had a baby.
That happens.
That was over ambitious of me to think I was going to, read 50 that year. Yeah. But this year, at Thanksgiving, I realized I had 15 left. Oof, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to smash through these. And so I read actually 16 books between Thanksgiving and today.
Holy moly.
So I had them, thank you. I had listened to them in audio because you can listen to them all the time. And I would put one headphone in and have one headphone out. And I would honestly just have it going at 1.5 speed. And I just slam through these books.
Oh my gosh. Great job.
Thank you. Or I was like, we're going to go for a real long walk, everybody. So mommy can listen to my book.
Right.
So, yeah. So I actually finished that Zen in the Art of Simple Living today on my disaster run / walk with River.
Nice.
But we just, before that, I finished one for book club called The Family Upstairs.
Ooh.
Which was interesting, but I feel like the name is kind of a misnomer.
It sounds so. I don't know this book, but just from the name alone, in my head, I'm thinking there's a family that's living in the attic, and no one knows about it.
Yes, that was my thought going into it. But
Yeah,
you find out really quickly that this family doesn't live upstairs. They just like move into the house with them and like kind of take over.
Oh, well,
and I'm like,
weird.
okay, well, that's not at all how I thought that was gonna go. So it's definitely I still gave it a 4 out of 5. I say the second half of the book's better than the first half. But you'll also be happy to know I just finished Cinder.
You did finally! Oh my gosh, that's in your profile picture. Good.
It was so good. Yeah, it's been on my list since like, I don't even know, years.
Did you listen or read?
I listened.
I love that girl's voice.
Yes.
Whoever, I don't remember her name, but the girl who reads the Lunar Chronicles books.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I have to say it's interesting because, so first of all, for listeners or for you or for anybody, if you don't know about Libby, you got to get on that.
Yeah.
Libby is the library app for your local library, and you can check out audiobooks or ebooks on your phone.
Yeah.
Or whatever device. So you can just like the audiobook just like downloads to your phone and you listen to it and then you return it. It's so awesome.
Or it returns itself. Like you never have to worry about, because it just automatically just goes floop and gone.
Yes. So I love Libby, and just gonna throw that out there for anyone who doesn't know about it. But so I've noticed since I've been listening to so many audiobooks, like I'm starting to recognize readers' voices.
Yes. And you can search in Libby the reader. You can click on her name or his name, whatever, and you can find all the books that she.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did that. I went down a word.
That's cool. Because I listened to The Hate You Give, which, by the way, is such a good book.
Nice. That's on my list.
Like that got a 5 out of 5 for me, which is pretty rare achievement on my Goodreads ratings. That means like I love this book so much and I need to own it or listen to it again or whatever. Nice. But that's the same reader as So You Want to Talk About Race, which is not a fiction book, but I recognized her voice right away.
Okay. Oh, she read her fiction book and her...
She's not the author. It's not the same author. It's the same reader.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Or audio actor. I don't know. What are they?
Voice talent?
Narrator. Voice talent. Whatever we want to... I don't know. Whatever they're
Beautiful
called.
voice people.
Yes. Who
Magical
make money
voice
with
people.
their voices.
Yeah.
What was your... Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to also say, because I don't know how many times I have tried to pawn Goodreads off of people. So I need to explain too. Goodreads, you probably know this, but is a social media platform where you can track all of your books and you can be friends with people and you can see what they're reading and like it or comment on it, or basically I use it as a way to keep track of what I've read, and I can put my books in certain like I would recommend piles.
And you can also have like a want to read list, which my list currently is 751 books, which is outrageously huge.
Yeah.
But and there's also a Goodreads challenge, which we both just talked about, where you can pick however many books you want. I literally follow some people that have as few as like 5 books on their challenge, and some people that legitimately have 300.
Yeah. And you
Which
can
is
change it too.
insane.
It doesn't have to. It's like if you make it, it's not cemented in stone.
Yeah, and you're not competing with anybody. It's like just yourself.
It's just for you.
It's just fun.
And also, I just love Goodreads. But there's if it connects with if you use your mobile device and it connects to your camera, you can scan barcodes on books, and it'll go right to that like profile of the book, and it'll tell you the ratings and everything. I have saved money on so many books because like I love the art cover, and I'm like, I really want to buy this. I know nothing about it, and I quickly scan it and I see that's like a 2-star. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Back when, we could be inside of bookstores.
Yeah. That was
I
fun.
used to do that. I used to browse and use my Goodreads app.
To scan.
What was your favorite book of 2020, do you think?
Ooh, that's a good one. I have, kind of like TV, I have my couple, like, comfort books that I reread, like, once a year. But I think the brand new ones... Have you ever heard of the Diviners series?
Yeah, I've read the first one.
Did you?
And I have to reread it because I forgot. The second one wasn't out when I read it. So now that there's more that are out, I need to reread the first one so that I can remember all the things that happen.
Yes.
But I loved it, and it's like spooky in like the best way.
Yes, that's what I loved about it. Is like, but it's 1920, so it's like flappers, but then it's like fun prohibition, but then like it's also ghosty, but then it's also powers. Like, I don't know. And it's like dreams and creepy. The first one scared me half to death because there's murders involved.
Yeah, I was checking the backseat of my car when I was driving because I was pretty sure there was murders in the back, or I was conjuring up something.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a great review that we're giving this book.
But I think there's 4 of them. I read all 4. They're really, really good. And I listened to them, and also the narrator was amazing.
Okay, if you love the Diviners, have you heard of A Discovery of Witches?
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it yet.
Oh my goodness, you need to get on that. It's a trilogy. It's so good, and the audiobook is really good. There's some books that are really good as audiobooks and some that are better read. I think it really depends on who's reading them. Like the Dresden Files, which was also really great.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
The guy that reads those books is so good.
Okay. There's a couple there. Have you ever read trying to think of what one it was. I don't remember, but there's some narrators that are totally slow.
Oh yeah.
I think I can read faster than they can do this, and it infuriates me because I love the book. But
yeah, I speed it up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I speed up. Oh yeah, you can. There was. Okay, so this is both an explanation and a secondary question. Is there you have an unpopular opinion of a book? Like everyone loved this book so much, and you were just like, I hate it so much.
Oh, I have the reverse.
Oh well,
yeah.
Mine was Life of Pi. I read that book this year, and I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars, which is very rare for me. Also, because I hated it so much.
Did you watch the movie?
No, I hadn't seen the movie, but it was we ended up picking it for book club, and a bunch of people were like, I don't know, everyone says this is great. It's on a bunch of book clubs, whatever. Let's check it out. And it was just like, I didn't like the narrator, the narrator of the book, not the person reading it.
Oh,
I thought he was an unlikable person. And there was honestly, the first half and the second half didn't make any sense to me in terms of they didn't jive. And then there was this one part that was so grotesquely written. I literally had to take the headphones out of my ears and let them talk through it. And then we're still talking about it?
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, I very much hated it.
Oh no. The worst experience, I think, is when somebody bolsters a book or a show or whatever so much, and you go into it thinking it's going to be this brilliant, amazing thing, and then it's just this crap.
Yes.
Ugh, I hate that feeling. Yes, I agree. I felt that way for Game of Thrones.
The movie or the TV show?
TV show, yes. Hated it. I thought it was the worst. It might be that my maiden name is Stark, so
it doesn't look good for you and your family.
And the first season, ooh,
yeah,
really
they just
sucked.
have no problem killing off their main characters.
I mean, yeah, and it just ripped apart my heart. But everyone loves it so much, and I watched all of it. But the entire, I would watch one episode. I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this? This is so stupid. I hate this. And then I have to watch more because people are talking about it.
It's funny because I've only seen 3 seasons. I feel very meh about it. I don't dislike it. I'm entertained by it when I watch it, but I don't really think about it when I'm not watching it.
Yeah. And I feel like I need a big giant flow chart of these different families, these different names, how they're all related. And I'm like, I can't follow this.
I don't want to think that hard when I'm watching a TV show. I'll think that hard when I'm reading a book, but I don't want to have to think hard watching something.
Speaking of that, have you read Six of Crows?
No.
Ooh, that one's a good one. It's kind of Game of Thrones-y, like it's kind of medieval-ish, and it's kind of a little complicated, but that one's really good. I like that one.
I like it. I'll watch it. I've heard really good things about Mexican Gothic. Actually, I just bought that book.
Ooh.
That's super high on my list of probably
Okay.
what I'm going to listen to next or read next outside of what we're doing for book club.
Okay.
If anyone wants to also join this random book club my friend and I started during quarantine, you can just search virtual book club on Facebook. It's open. We try to pick books that are free. Feel free to join. Our next book is Educated, which
That's
I've
the
heard
name
really
of
good.
it?
Yes.
Oh,
Educated.
okay.
I don't remember who the author is off the top of my head, but I've heard really good things about that. Tell me what you were about to tell me a reverse experience with a book. Like,
Oh, yeah. So, a book that I talk about and a lot of people actually don't like is Ready Player One.
oh, I've only seen the movie. I haven't actually read the book.
See, I am also different in that I would rather watch the movie first and then read the book so that I'm not disappointed with the movie. I also watched the movie, and I was, and still kind of am, a big video gamer.
Yeah,
when I was
yep,
growing
same.
up. Yeah, and so there was something that like spoke to me in that movie, the Ready Player One. And so when I was doing a lot of travel for, commuting back and forth to work, I found the audiobook and I was like, well, why not just listen? I listened to it and it is now my comfort book. It's completely different than the movie. I don't know where they got that movie stuff from, but it's completely different. And I just love it so much. It's so cute. And like, he's kind of a hacker and I love it.
Nice.
But everybody I talk to about it, they're like, yeah, it was okay.
So my new favorite book, which, I mean, it's hard for me to say I have favorite books or movies or TV shows or anything because, like, I just like a lot of different things. And so it's hard to pick a favorite. But This year, I read a book called The Starless Sea.
I tried with that one.
You didn't like it?
Well, I don't like the reader. Or the narrator, whatever the book guy's name is.
I actually read that book.
Okay.
So maybe that's why. But I legitimately was looking up tattoos about this book because I love it that much. Like I want it on my body.
Wow. That's a good review. That's a really good review.
So, that's good. I was also really surprised by a book called The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
Yes. I've read that one.
I liked that one a lot. I didn't know what to expect, and I very much enjoyed it. Actually, one more other one that took me by surprise was Eleanor Oliphant is Fine.
Yes!
Okay, I had never heard of it, and I was like, this is available on Libby, and I got 15 books to get through, so I'm going to pick this one. And I was like listening to it and it was definitely a pleasant surprise. I really liked it.
Yeah, I know. I bought it on a whim at Costco.
Nice.
I was like, I like the book cover, so, and I want to buy something at Costco, so I bought it. And it was good. I like it.
Okay, so quick, what are your top 5 entertaining things that you are reading or watching right now as we're kind of wrapping up here?
Ooh, right now. Okay. I am reading a Nora Roberts book, which I'm not super impressed with, but I do love Nora Roberts, so I expected more of her. But it's interesting. I don't know. And then
what's the title?
The Stars. Can I look it up quick?
Yeah.
Stars of something.
So clearly you're so into it, you just had that title right at the top of your list.
Right there. I can tell what color the book cover is. It's Star of Fortune.
Star of Fortune. Okay, so that's currently reading. What are you currently watching?
Currently watching, it's the Tiny Pretty Things on Netflix. It's about a ballerina, academy and then a murder happens, or not something very dramatic happens, and so they're trying to figure out what that is. It's kind of like, did you ever watch Pretty Little Lies?
Pretty Little Liars, I think.
Liars.
And
there we go.
Yes, I have.
Yes. It was kind of like that, but the ballet version.
Okay.
So. All
right. Yeah. Favorite activity at home?
Ooh, activity. I'm trying to look around the room.
Activity or game or entertainment activity.
Okay, so we one of Jared, sorry, I'm too excited about this. One of Jared's friends got us into boardgamesarena.com. And
okay.
Jared and I seriously play it every single night. You can play games like cribbage, you can play the Lost Cities, you can play so many like really, really good games. You can play other people because it's like a people play on that game. Or you can play each other. If you're premium, it's free. Anyway, so we play a lot of board games.
That's awesome.
It's really fun, a little nerdy, but it's really fun.
Okay, what's your favorite kids activity?
Kids activity. We love to color.
Nice.
That's our favorite. And we love to color for people. That's one thing we've tried to do a lot of in quarantine of like, you're going to draw this picture for Grandma Lisa or something. So,
okay.
That's where we like to do.
And what are your kids currently watching? That's number 5.
Ooh, Tots, like we talked about, and Bluey. Those are 2. We have to switch on and off because Emmy, my youngest, loves Tots, and then Mally loves Bluey. So
nice.
What about you?
Okay. I just finished Zen and the Art of Simple Living. I'm currently reading the Lunar Chronicles.
Yes.
The Weratah Inn series, White Fragility, and I'm about to start Mexican Gothic. I don't read one book at a time, so that's currently what I'm reading. What we are currently watching is Cobra Kai on Netflix. We just started that.
Is that good?
I really like it. I really like the storytelling's really good. And I like the way that they're doing character development. What I do to keep myself entertained at home, we are also big board games fans, but I've also been really into cooking. I started like trying really more difficult things, and that's been really fun.
Okay.
And then kids, also board games or building forts, but like the board game we just got for Nova, my first Castle Panic, which is totally age appropriate for a 4-year-old, and it's super fun. So we just got that, and we've been playing that one a lot. And then kids are watching Nova's super into the Onyx family on YouTube. I don't know if you've heard of them, but it's like this cute family. There's like the kids are kind of doing the videos. And they do like silly, scary things where like somebody will dress up as like the M&M man and they'll be like Ghostbusters to get in. It's really cute. But anyway, so she's really into them right now.
Okay.
So,
cute. It's so funny how, especially with like entertainment stuff, kids go through them so fast.
Yes.
Like 1 week it could be all in Tots, and then the next week they're like, I don't even know who that is. And
like whatever. We're past that.
That's so last week, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, listeners, we want to know what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're doing for at-home activities, or what your kids are watching and reading, or any of those categories that I might have forgotten in regards to different types of entertainment. You can let us know at Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Women AF Podcast. You can send us an email, womenafpodcast@gmail.com. You can watch this video and all of our behind-the-scene videos at patreon.com/Women AF Podcast. We are Women AF, and we know you are too.
Women AF is produced by Mortar Media and engineered by Adam Rostad. Intro and outro music is SQZ by Shane Ivers. Check him out at silvermansound.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review.